Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals, they take us higher. The night's young and it's just begun as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky.
Welcome to my channel, Catskill Mountain Homebody. My name's Amy. I'm here with Chipper. Let me show you Chipper. Here he is. Hi. He's very excited. He's very upset because Daddy took Scout with him outside, and Chipper's angry that he didn't get to go outside, but Chipper doesn't understand that he's a kitchen pug. He's not an outdoor pug because he cannot handle weather the way Scout can handle weather. All right, this is a snow day vlog. A snow day vlog. Let me show you the weather outside. Yesterday, the weather forecast said that we were going to get rain. But guess what? It started snowing about an hour ago. And now they're saying we're going to get up to 5 inches of snow. So that is life in the Catskills in January. They say it's going to rain, but you get 5 inches of snow instead. So even though we had a green Christmas, we are having a very snowy January so far. But I don't mind. It's actually kind of nice. It's kind of nice to see everything covered up with a blanket of snow. He can't control himself. I don't have any big plans for today. I'm still on my break, my winter break. So I don't have work to do for teaching at the moment. So I thought today I would do a vlog video. I'm probably going to be cooking dinner later. I have to decide what I'm going to make. Last night I made chicken cutlets with oven roasted Brussels sprouts. And the Brussels sprouts are really good. I roasted them. All I did was roast them with a little olive oil, salt and pepper, and some grated Parmesan cheese. And it was delicious. So that's what I made last night. So we'll see what I'm going to make later today. I did get a few more things for my Valentine's Day decorations. So one of the things I got was this blanket from Amazon. So it's a fuzzy, kind of like a mauve pink heart blanket for Valentine's Day. And then I did get a bow for my hutch in my dining room. And I covered my dining room chairs with some red covers. So let me show you around a little bit more. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon on a snowy day. I'm hanging out in my kitchen with my puppies, and I thought, you know what better day than to bake something. So I'm going to be baking something from this cookbook that I've had since the 90s. Let me show you. Seems like every cookbook I have is from the 90s. I guess I don't buy cookbooks anymore. They're all from the 90s. I don't remember where I got this cookbook, but it's called 365 Great Chocolate Desserts. Alright, so there's all kinds of recipes in this book with chocolate. But I'm going to make this chocolate walnut tea bread. You're going to make in a loaf pan. So this is a good loaf bread to make with chocolate in it. If you're having a nice cup of tea, you're having a cup of coffee in the morning, you want a slice of nut bread. So that's what we're going to make. So let me show you the ingredients that I've pulled out. You're going to need a loaf pan that is greased. As far as the ingredients, you need a little bit of salt, baking soda. It's supposed to use 2 ounces of unsweetened chocolate, which I don't have. But I do have dark chocolate morsels, so I'm going to use 2 ounces of that instead. 4 tablespoons of butter. A little bit of chopped walnuts. A little bit of vanilla extract. We're going to need some instant espresso coffee. And then, of course, we're going to need some good old flour and sugar. There's also, I think, 1 egg in this recipe that I didn't take out of the fridge yet. Alright, so let's try this recipe and we'll see how it looks. If nothing else, the house will smell chocolatey and yummy on this snowy day in the Catskills. That loaf cake is going to bake for about 55 minutes. I'll check it. Might need another 5 minutes. And then we let it cool. So it's a quick recipe to throw together. The only thing is though, when you heat up the coffee, you have to let it sit for about 15 minutes. Same thing with the chocolate. So you need to make the coffee and the chocolate first and let it kind of cool. And then you can just put the whole cake together. It's very quick to come together once you have the hot coffee cooled off and the chocolate. So we're going to check that cake in about in about 50 minutes. In the meantime, let's look at the storm. All right, let me clean the kitchen up and then I'll show you the cake. I got my chipper bear on my lap. Look at that boy. Look at that face. All right, the cake's in the oven. By the way, you might have seen on the counter with all my ingredients, the cocoa powder. The recipe ended up not calling for cocoa powder. I took it out by accident, so I did not put cocoa powder in the cake. So the only chocolate in the cake was the 2 ounces of our dark chocolate chips. That's the only chocolate in the cake. The rest of the cake is really just a vanilla base. And then you add the walnuts. So I did not put cocoa in the cake. All right, well, a little update on what we're doing here. My son, as I mentioned, graduated from college in December, and he found a remote job. He's home, and he's working from home, and he's saving up his money, and eventually he and his girlfriend probably will get an apartment. But for the next few months, he's going to be here, so that means I'm going to be cooking a lot. It's not just Joe and myself at home. My son's home now, too, so I'll be making probably more dinner and cooking videos. So that's a little bit of what's happening here. So it's nice to have my son home. It's kind of like, it reminds me a lot of when he was in high school. So it's the 5 of us, the 2 dogs and the 3 adults. Scout's walking around, pacing around in a circle. And Chipper's exhausted because they didn't get their nap today. Did you get your nap today, Chipper? You didn't get your nap? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I hope that you are all enjoying your January, wherever you are. January has never been my favorite month. You know, January is a long month, and it's a cold month here in the Catskills. February is cold also, but at least it's short. At least it's a short month. But before you know it, we'll be in March. January usually goes by fast because I start teaching again. Once I start teaching, then the weeks go by pretty quickly. When we come back, I'll show you the finished cake. We'll see how it looks. And later on in the video, we'll cut into it and taste it. But I'm not going to do that right away. But I'm hoping that soon the house smells like a bakery. Guys, for joining me today on this it's snowing again, snowy January day. It literally has not stopped snowing all day. Look outside now. So my plan is to have a cup of coffee, taste the cake, pack it away for later, start thinking about what I'm going to make for dinner, which I'm not really sure what I'm going to make for dinner yet. At least we made a nice dessert. By the way, this bread would pair well with a side of whipped cream. That's probably how I'm going to try it. All right, so the rest of the day, I'm going to listen to a ghost podcast in the living room with the puppies. I'm going to figure out what I'm going to make for dinner because clearly we're not going out. So I have to do whatever I have to do with what I have. I do have chicken breasts in the freezer. I'll probably defrost them and just make a simple chicken dinner because I'm not really in the mood to do anything else. Thank you guys for joining me. Consider subscribing. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.